Hi guys, I'm Jay living in Seoul. Wow, it's been a really long time since I came back here. Actually, I was so busy, so thank you for coming here again. If there is anybody who was waiting for my videos, I wanna say sorry and thank you. There has been so much news in the whole time. BTS released a new song, Dynamite, and it was so good, amazing. Now I'm a fan of Billboard Hot 100 #1 singers and a fan of the singers who gave a speech at the United Nations twice. The life of a BTS fan is very busy and fun. Although they couldn't meet their fans in person, they have provided many good performances and content. Particularly, their Tiny Desk performance was so good. It was very special. I watched it over and again like 10 times or 20 times. I couldn't even count it. Actually, all of the lyrics of this song are English, so there's nothing I explain. BTS will soon release a new album, and if the songs in the album have Korean lyrics, I will also make explanation videos about it. Well then, until BTS' next album is released, I will explain about the Korean language and culture that can be learned through their previous albums, TV shows, conversations from V-Lives or army jokes from Twitters, etc. And sometimes I will tell you my opinion too. The song we are gonna look at today is We're Bulletproof the Eternal. Today we are gonna look at the tasks in the lyrics of the song. And also I'm gonna introduce some nuance of words that don't convey inner meaning through simple interpretation in the lyrics. Please watch this till end. First of all, this song compares the past and the present and describes what it will be like in the future, just like the characteristics of the album Map of the Soul 7 itself. They recall past scenes and use the lyrics they sang in the past. It's characteristic of the entire album, but this song especially reveals the time flow. Last time I explained Louder Than Bombs. When RM did V-Live, he said he cried a lot while making the song We Are Bulletproof the Eternal, along with the Louder Than Bombs. As everyone who has seen the music video knows, the music video depicts the many trials they have been through. Looking back on those past, I think he was heartbroken and cried a lot. Now let's take a look at the sentences that show the changes in time. The topic is the past tense. Let's check some suffixes that make sentences the past tense. 가진 게 꿈밖에 없었네. We had nothing but dreams. What is the syllable that marks the past tense here? It's ought. 없다 means there's nothing in the present. But if you put ought after the stem up, then it means there was nothing in the past. So it disconnects the past and the present. It implies that no matter what it may have been in the past, it is not now. Where do you think these lyrics come from? Yeah, I think it's from their first album, No More Dream. 7 years ago, they sang with such baby faces, "What's your dream? That's it all." It could sound provocative and they looked so confident, but 7 years later, they are telling us that what they had was only dreams. 가진 게 꿈밖에 없었네 means we had nothing but dreams. All they had was a dream. Except the dream, they didn't have anything. Can you imagine how scary they must have been when there was nothing but a dream, maybe mirage? 부정적인 시선에 맞서 우린 해냈고 We faced the negative looks and did it. Here's another syllable that makes sentences into past tense. It's net. Let's interpret the sentence first. 부정적인 시선 means negative gaze. 맞서다 means you're facing it. 해냈다 of 해냈고 is the past tense of 해내다. 했다 is translated into I did it. But 해냈다 is also translated into I did it or I made it. When you put that after 해, the nuance changes a little bit. When you use 네 in the middle of the verb, it means you finished some tasks finally, overcoming difficulties and hardships. So 네 implies finally or nevertheless. I think this word goes very well with BTS. Look at this sentence. 다 호기롭게 우린 막아냈지. This sentence is translated to we bravely blocked them all. We stopped them all without fear. 막다 is block or stop. So 막아내다 means they blocked finally in spite of any difficulties. 막아냈다 means they blocked finally in spite of any difficulties. And here, I'll tell you one more thing. When I checked some translations, I found 호기롭게 is translated to bravely or without fears or don't fear. but the nuance is softly different from exactly what it is. If you want to say bravely or without fears in Korean, you can say 용기 있게 or 두려움 없이. 용기 is bravery or courage, and 있다 means you have. So 용기 있게 literally means with bravery, while 호기롭다 means brave, but at the same time, it also implies kind of being inflated swagger, or they tried something, even thought it looks like impossible. So it feels like 호기롭게 is challenging a more daunting target than 용기 있게. The word gives the impression that the person in the armor, though weak, is trying to cheer up in a large, strong, or colorful suit. 호기롭게 seems to be used in situations where there is a greater chance of losing the fight than the expression 용기 있게. It is a nuance that they took courage and made a bet with the world. 모두 비웃던 한땐 부끄럽던 이름. The name that everyone laughed at that was once embarrassing. The third suffix to introduce the past tense is 던. 던 refers to something that happened in the past over a certain period of time, but has not continued until the present. Because of 니은 under the 더, 던 modifies nouns. 모두 means everybody, 비웃다 means laugh at, 한때 means once at one time, 부끄럽다 means be embarrassed. 이름 is name, so if you put 던 after the stem of verbs, it refers to recalling the past. The name 방탄소년단 Blackpink Boys, BTS, which we all love now, was actually lifted up by so many people when they first debuted. Even they were once ashamed of it too. But you can see 던 in the verbs, so we can notice that people no longer laugh at the name and they are not ashamed of it too. They have turned all the difficulties or humiliation of the past into the past tense and reminiscences. Yes, it used to be like that back then, recalls the past. I think it's true swag of successful people. Now let's look at the expression that connects the past and the present. What I looked at earlier was the past tense. However, the expression we're looking at now is about something that has progressed slowly from the past till now. The lyrics are 무뎌지는 칼날, so blunted blaze. Where do you think these lyrics come from? The lyrics also came from Your Blackpink Part 2. In the lyrics, they sing, I'll show you as much as I sharpened my sword. The word sword sharpening means a soldier sharpens a sword before going to war, which describes preparing thoroughly, desperately, before doing something important. But in this song, they say blunted blaze. See this word, 무뎌지는. 무디다 means dull, blunt. 지 is a suffix that makes a verb the passive. And when 는 is attached to the verb, it makes the verb the present progressive. So it means things are still going on. Why have their swords been so worn out? The dullness of the blade may be due to excessive use, not because it is not used. The blade seems to have gradually become blunt as they fought endlessly against numerous prejudices and hatreds. The lyrics show how many times they should have had to go through a number of words in fatigue over a long period of time. Now let's move on to the present tense. You can see some present sentences in this song. 내게 돌을 던져, 우린 겁이 없어. Throw stones at me, we don't fear anymore. In Korean, we have several types of sentence ending. is one of them. In this sentence, is used for the sentence ending. You can see two verbs here. One is 던지다, which means throw, and the other is 없다, which means have nothing. Attaching after stem makes sentence natural. So remove 다 from 던지다 and put then it becomes 던지어. We usually say this 던져 and remove 다 from 없다, put after that. 돌 is stone. it makes the noun the object. 내게 is to me, so 내게 돌을 던져 means throw stones at me. In the case of 던져, when the word is used as the present tense, it becomes an imperative verb just like English. But in the case of 없어, this verb is not kind of action like go, eat, stay or something, so it can't be an imperative verb. 없어 is not an imperative verb, but still it sounds very foreign. Anyway, where do you think these lyrics came from? These lyrics are also from Your Blackpink Part 2. At that time, they sang 나만치 해봤다면 돌을 던져. It means if you've done as much as me, throw stones. It seems like they showed their confidence, but in this song, The Eternal, they say throw a stone and didn't say like if you've done as much as me. What do you think of this? Is it kind of giving up? I don't think so. We can see how much they've gone through difficulties without reason. But they still say 우린 겁이 없어. We don't fear. Now I show you another sentence. 또 겨울이 와도 누가 날 막아도 걸어가. Even if winter comes again, even if I'm blocked off, I will still walk. In this sentence, you can see three verbs here. The basic form of 와도 is 오다, which means come. The basic form of 막아도 is 막다, which means block. And when you attach 도 to the stem after removing 다, it means even if. So 와도 means even if something comes, 겨울 means winter, 또 means again, so 또 겨울이 와도 means even if winter comes again. 막아도 means even if some blocks someone or something. 누가 means who or whoever. And 날 is shortened form of 나를, which means me. So 누가 나를 막아도 means even if someone blocks me. Then now, only one verb left. 걸어가. 걸어가 is a combination of 걷다 and 가다. 걷다 is walk and 가다 is go. So it literally means walk. They only removed that from there and didn't transform anything. It may sound like imperative verb. If this word used in other contexts, it can be considered as an imperative form. But in this case, this sentence doesn't have the subject, but we can guess, and it's 나는. Then sentence will be like 나는 걸어가. This is not kind of an imperative. It's the future tense. In the case of English, I know that the present tense can be interpreted as the future tense. It's the same. Even though it's the present tense, we interpret this as I will walk. Okay, where do you think these lyrics come from? These lyrics also come from their early work, Jump. 누가 나를 막아도 나의 갈 길을 간다고. No matter who tries to stop me, I will go on my way. See, they still have this fortitude in the past and now. I believe this makes them themselves. Now. Last but not least, I introduce you the future tense sentence. 다신 멈추지 않을래. 우리 여기 함께이기에. I'll never stop again, for we are together here. In this sentence, the verb is 멈추지 않을래. 멈추다 is stop, 않다 is attached to a verb and makes a verb negative. So 멈추지 않다 means not stop. And if you put 릴래 or 을래 after a stem, then it makes the sentence the future tense. For example, go is 가다, then you remove 다 and attach 릴래, then it becomes 갈래. It means will go. If you put 릴래 to 멈추다 after removing 다, it becomes 멈출래 and it means will stop. 멈추지 않다 is the present tense and it means not stop. So if you put 을래 to this after taking off 다 here, then it becomes 멈추지 않을래 and it means will not stop. Then what is 다신? I already told you 또 is again, but you can see 다신 here. 다신 is the shortened form of 다시는, and this is used with negative forms like 않다. In this sentence, 다신 is also used with 않다. 다시 않다 or 또 않다 means do not again, but 다시는 않다 is stronger expression. 는 emphasizes 다시, so it means like never, ever, ever again. The song lyrics are 다신 멈추지 않을래. So it means I will never ever stop again. You guys may know how they went through difficult times after getting into another stage of their career. They even considered disbanding, but they didn't. Rather, they renewed the contract and decided to start everything again. I guess that's why they emphasize 다시 and say will not stop ever again. I remember they won the grand prize and shed tears at the end of 2018. They seemed to fly higher than anyone else, but they thought they would stop that at the time. But they took heart and set off again. At a time when they looked most splendid, they looked back at themselves and sang about their inner darkness. Now, the depression and frustration engulfed the world. They rather sing hope. It is delivering happiness to people with bright and joyful music. I look forward to their next 10 years and 20 years and all the rest of the years. That's all for today. Did you enjoy the video? If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.